this done. All right. Now then. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the show where we just do our best to make each other facepalm. Um, and usually fucking succeed too, not gonna lie. Where we last left off, the party went deeper into the place known as the Amber Vault that they have found themselves in. Interestingly being escorted by none other than a lich, who seems to be quite happy that he is free, and from what you guys can tell, just kind of just feels indebted to you guys for releasing him from a memory issue. Um, we made our way down the stairs, following another NPC, Casimir, who went ahead while you guys were doing your best to release the soul of a friend. The first one who reached the bottom of the stairs was Draven, where he found the hilt of a blade and a note. When you picked up this hilt, you received a few waves of emotion from the hilt, as if the hilt was trying to communicate with you. You received excitement, curiosity, and underlying fear. By the time you kind of just focus and try to figure out exactly what it means, the rest of the party reaches the end of the stairs as well, looking at you. And before anyone is able to really ask, where is Casimir, you all see at this eastern amber sarcophagus. Actually, I will go ahead and read what you guys are seeing. You came down a golden marble staircase with a black marble railing that hugs the north wall as it spirals gently up 30 feet wide shaft. Lying in the middle of the room are 6 rotting wooden crates. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans attended by a myriad of slaves. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves. Standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. 2 wide cracks have opened up in the south wall, spilling rubble and shattered pieces of amber onto the floor in the southeast corner of the room. As you all kind of get down there, and like I said before, anyone's even really able to ask, where is Casimir? You all see a little point of darkness, like a black sphere in the air next to the eastern sarcophagus. Arcs of black lightning shoot from this small sphere as it grows larger and larger, and then when it gets to about the size of a person, you look over, and where this orb was, Casimir now stands. Breathing heavily. He doesn't exactly look as you remember. He has a corpse-like appearance, and he almost looks as if he is undead. His voice, almost like a whisper. Well then, I got what I came for. You all have my thanks for getting me this far. Meg, if you're talking, you're muted. I did what I had to do. Just as the rest of you likely will as well. And he goes over to the staircase and just kind of sits down on one of the bottom steps, and is just kind of looking exhausted and dead. You kind of broke out there. What's that? Zudun. Now, to my knowledge, each entity can only bestow their gifts and curse onto one. I will be in time. Yep. Oh, dang it. I got it. Why does that keep changing? I don't fucking know. Alright. There we go. Now they can hear you.
Cool, great. I would like to walk over to the undead Casimir on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And say, so when you say curse, are we talking like we can deal with that curse? Like, I have a spell that gets rid of curses. Or like, is this like you must do the thing for like only gods can remove these? We are so powerful and scary.
I'm not sure. You could try it on me. And if I remain looking like this, it works.
I mean, how likely are we to like get into like a big? Not that I don't want to end your curse, not that I, because I will do this. But like, here's the thing: how likely do we think we are to get into some big scary fighting thing? Because I can also remove your curse like tomorrow. Like if tomorrow we're
Xanther
just like
speaks up.
walking.
There isn't many entities in this place that will accost you with me here.
That sounded like more than 0.
I
Yeah, the
don't
fact
mean
you
to
specified
brag,
many.
but
Okay,
anything
okay,
that
well.
does, I am a leech.
You're pretty lichy. I like it. It's a good look on you.
Okay. Well, if you're actually like a lich, which is like, buddy, I don't know if that was the greatest decision you've ever made, but like, obviously we can work with this. But oh wait, no, I'm talking to the wrong person.
He
Never mind.
looks
I go
over.
back.
He points to one of the other sarcophagi in the room. The western one, south one.
Other one.
Deals sometimes have a cost, but sometimes
Not-
those costs are worth it.
Deals always
Yeah.
have a cost,
Always.
and a lot of times it's not worth it.
It's a damn Fey thing.
Yeah. The
Okay, so I think we should go into this, like, if people are going to do it, I feel like I'm not going to, but I feel like if people want to, we should approach it like we do, like you do, like like an auction, like what's your like limit, like what are the things you're willing to go up to, so that everybody has a ceiling, we're not getting anything too crazy, you know, we can
I
deal.
was thinking of, you know how they have job fairs for teenagers? Like that.
It's a dark power fair.
I feel like they might get mad if you're like, let me ask the other guy, and then when people who give these kind of powers get mad, it's also a problem. But feel free to try it.
I
Maybe
personally
we could
didn't run into
negotiate
that
down the
issue.
shares.
When you wish to speak with one of the entities inside, you simply place your hand on one of the amber sarcophagi. They speak to you and offer you the gift.
Alright, do we have like little plaques or something that tell us like what their powers are and like kind of what their skill set is? You know, give us an idea before we touch the
Like a
amber.
brochure.
Yeah.
Just touching the sarcophagus does not accept the gift. They offer it to you, and upon request, they will tell you the price. But
Maybe we could negotiate the prices down. Be like, he offered me this for this price. If you can you know,
you can certainly
Okay.
try.
knock that curse down a little bit, you know, maybe we could talk. Persuasive.
I fucking love it here.
So real quick in the chat, my DM for Curse of Strahd is in the chat. Shut up, bitch. My character may have accepted more than one gift.
Whoa.
Why are
So
you
that's a possibility. Okay, good to know.
I mean, if you pit the gods against each other, if you swear your soul to two different gods, then
But
they have
to
kind of
fight.
have to
No,
fight
that-
over you.
that-
Do they really want a celestial war over a soul?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I took 5. Okay. But all of them were useful, and some of
Eventually.
the negative effects I was able to counteract anyway. So
Right. That's, you know. The goal is get the fuck out of here.
it's totally fine if your eyes are all fucked up. If you could use Mask of Many Faces to make your eyes look perfectly fine, okay?
No. I wear my sunglasses
I was
at night.
so cursed. Yeah. I was cursed as fuck, but I was powerful.
Okay, so DM question. If there is something like that, as a changeling, right, if I get like fucked up eyes, Can I like change them? I assume not.
It's worth a try.
I assume. Well, yeah.
You can certainly try that.
That's true.
You know what the southern sarcophagus does, and I'm assuming the eastern one will not accept another deal. I would suggest not touching the western one.
What's in the western one?
Oh,
Strahd visited that one.
did he?
How many sarcophagi are there?
In this room there are 3, but there are more throughout. Is everyone ready?
I'd like to know what. We can peruse. We can browse for a bit. It's like at Walmart. You just take a look around, see what's on the
A
end
little,
caps.
little bit of warlock window shopping, you know?
Right, yeah. Like to
Well then.
I'd like to not make a bad choice today.
Oh. That is already
Then don't touch them.
out of the question.
Yeah.
We
I
avoid
came down
Shane's eye contact.
this-
Let me... Yoink. Yeah. So, the only way out of this room is through the broken wall. Xanther will lead you through that wall. Is everyone going with?
Yeah.
So, DM,
Yeah, we gotta come back out this way anyway, so, you know, why not?
As
Does everybody
you-
remember where we parked?
We parked?
Drop a pin right here.
We were in row I.
Is everyone going
We were
with?
by the I-9 pillar.
Blue section?
Avi, you wanna deeper into the bowels of hell here?
Sure, why not?
Came this far.
Yoink, yoink.
Dustin, do you remember our conversation we had this week?
Uh-huh.
Does Lily sense where that's coming from?
Not right now.
Okay. Thank you.
You all follow through, some easier than others, through the cracked wall, finding a room with piles of treasures that are heaped against the wall on the west and east walls of this stone room.
Oh, like treasure.
There are 6 piles of treasure, and they are just
6 of us.
everywhere.
Avi, I think we can find a wedding gift for Strahd in here.
I think this is a bad idea. It's down here for a reason. I
Come
say
in here
this
with
as a rogue.
Everything about
I
this
agree.
is awful.
He's gonna grab Shane's hand and just be like, "Don't touch anything."
Already grabbed a pile of treasure, dear.
Oh.
Which one are you touching?
I'm not touching anything.
He's
No one's
talking about
touching?
Ozzy.
I think he was talking about me.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh.
I mean, there's a couple.
Dustin, you created that.
We
bunch of you can see like in the piles, there's a lot of them, tons of coins, whether they be silver or or copper. There's one with a whole bunch of gold.
Are there any?
Interestingly, there's also one with like a pile of wooden coins.
Are they just coins, or do any of the piles possibly have diamonds? That's the only thing.
There is jewels in some of the piles, as well as other things. Oh, you guys want to take a like few minutes to see if anyone can find any diamonds or anything?
Look,
I have learned this lesson in the Feywild with the nymphs. Your hands go up or to your partner, and I grab Lily's hand.
yeah, we need Leander's curse detection glove.
Look, I realize it's probably a trap, but you and I both could use one to help. It's been handy before. And right now, you and I can't do that spell.
You are correct. This is not the place to get it. This is for
Alright.
not only probably trapped, this is for sure trapped. Like, there's no way that this would just sit here in the middle of the hallway of choose your fate and be fine.
To be
Like,
fair,
no.
this door, as he points to a large set of amber doors, is magically locked. This is one of the 2 treasuries in this place.
And if we touch it, it's not gonna hurt us?
Lich says it's fine.
Not after this. And he walks over to the door and says a word. Devashian. And the door kind of like glows for a moment. And then they open.
Okay, so we can touch the piles now and see what's in them without harm.
I don't know everything in the piles, but you're welcome to try.
You tell we've been burnt by this sort of thing before.
You wouldn't
Lily's
be much,
looking at Vibe.
you wouldn't be much of adventurers if you had not.
What's it? Where am I? I'm over here with. I'm next to Vibe. That's cool. Yeah.
Character, I'm just wondering when my little guy's gonna come in.
Oh. If you guys want to, I'll say this. You guys can do a quick perception check to see if anything interesting in the piles are sticking out.
See any diamonds?
Lily's looking. She's just still got her hands bound by Vibe right now.
We're looking, not touching right now.
That's a 19.
And grew so that he could look over everybody like.
It was on a nat
24,
20, and
because
then
I
it
just
went
rolled a
down.
nat 20.
Oh, dang it. There you go.
I
I
got
got
16.
teased with one. 16.
19.
At a 9, I'm distracted by Avi.
And a natural 20 and a 15. Draven, a thing that would kind of pop out to you. There is in one of the piles, just like a pile of holy symbols from various different gods. To who got the 19? Who got 19?
I
5?
I got the 19.
I got a 16.
Simyaza. Okay. Simyaza, you would actually see in one of the other piles, there is a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt. As well as in that pile, there is a gilded chariot. And 4 rusted greatswords.
Okay.
And Nimue, with the natural 20, you do see one of the piles has a whole bunch of gemstones. You unfortunately see no diamonds.
For the cat.
Shane, you look over and see in one of the piles a bronze crown with tiny gem-eyed dragons for spires.
That would be a perfect wedding gift for Strahd and Irina. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think we should be giving them anything that potentially has destructive capabilities.
Vive, you see in one of the piles, well, one thing you would see is an obsidian scepter with gold filigree, very beautiful, as well as 15 thin, leather-bound tomes. For fun, I'll say you grab one. It's fine, you're not in danger. You grab one, and you just look through, and you end up looking through all 11, and you see that they're all copies of a storybook called The Snow Dwarf and the Seven Whites. And they're all signed copies. Written by Nitch Rackmay.
I think I have it. Let me double check.
I just wanted the funniness of that.
That's a name
What
that
you
in
love
this
that.
world is not crazy, but in the real human world where people are playing should probably be renamed.
I know. That's why I said you found it. I knew you would appreciate that. Lily, you would too, honestly, but yeah. Had to. I apologize.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
Kind of, a little bit. Yeah. You guys could search through more to see if there's anything else that would catch your eyes, but that would actually have to be searching through. But that's what you guys see, just kind of with a cursory, like, quick look through each of the piles.
Sam is definitely grabbing for the obviously silvered weapon, which would be good because we are in a realm where there are vampires.
Yeah, you guys have been doing half damage with a lot of your weapons, by the way. Not all of you, and some of you have been using magic, but yeah. Semyaza, okay. So yeah, you have a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt.
It's just a
He's
plain
gonna search
rapier.
through the pile that had the crown in it.
Huh? The pile with the crown. There is a shit ton of silver. 6 crystal balls. The crown, a life-size wooden pony,
Yes!
and 6 marble vases.
I thought it was Marvel Comics. Damn it.
Marble vases, each one weighing about 100 pounds apiece.
Okay, maybe not this.
Draven walks over, one arm.
He is going.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, bitch?
Hop in.
He is gonna use Mage Hand to pick up the crown.
Okay. It's a bronze.
He's gonna
crown.
turn to Shane and be like, "Should we take this then?"
I think so. We can put it in with the box. We can put it in the box that we got upstairs in the bag of holding. Let me pull that box out. I reach in.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, the chest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh boy.
This, since I'm
You
there.
hear something inside it once again.
It's got the bagman's fingerprints on it.
Can I assist
17.
Shane? Never mind.
17. You're good. You got it. I need to find... Where did you find that? Secret... The alcove? Maybe? Nope.
Sounds like this.
There is a book in there.
Signed.
Trying to find where the fuck that chest was.
In
so I
the
can
bag of
see-
holding.
Nope, wrong chest. Luckily, you guys never ran into that one.
So
Wooden
Man,
chest.
good choice.
Okay. Yeah. So you open it, and it's now that you notice there is a false bottom. On the inside of that false bottom, there is an old map case as well as a book.
Books. Not good with books here, though.
Roll, I'll say an Arcana check.
That's even better one. Let's see here. That is a 12.
The 12?
Very bookly.
It's an interesting looking book.
Anyone else have good Arcana?
Take a look at.
Sure.
Oh,
Look at this book.
Anyone who's
Words and-
proficient in Arcana can take a look at it.
Oh, 17.
17. This is something you've only heard about. This is a tome of understanding. Let me, before I give you any wrong information here. Tome.
Now I understand what you meant, DM.
Disadvantage on your next roll.
Perfect.
I was waiting for that, you son of a bitch.
Like I need
Um,
disadvantage to roll like shit.
This book contains intuition and insight, exercises, and words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a 6-day period, or fewer, studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your wisdom score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. Manual then loses its magic.
Feel like we've got a certain Fey gentleman who could definitely benefit from this.
Or a druid. There's 2 people that would be useful for.
It's true, right? Yes.
if I'm not mistaken about these books, they can only be read like once every 100 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Do we know if this one's still good?
As far as you can tell, yes.
If they read it if they read it to each other, can they both get the benefit?
No.
Okay. They can certainly try.
What's that?
Am I holding? Avi's got it, right?
I mean, in theory, one of us could read it. We could go into the Feywild, and then if we hit it well enough, we might be able to come out and give it to the other person.
Yeah.
But then we'd be fucked over for the rest of every storyline ever.
Uh-huh.
These characters are gone.
Uh-huh. Plus, you could be gone in the Feywild for 100 years. You could be gone for 10 minutes. You could be gone for 1,000 years.
Let's do it enough. Like, whatever it takes. Then we'll get the
But the
book.
book, just leave the book there and pop back. The book stay there for 100 years.
That doesn't function well for us. It doesn't go very well the other way.
We'll see.
Can I examine the pony?
Yeah. It is a very well-made, well-carved wooden pony.
Somebody clip
Life-sized.
that. That was amazing.
Can I examine the pony? I love it.
Gorgeous.
Esri, would you like to examine a pony?
Nimue, there was also a shit ton of silver. Did you want to grab any of it?
I'll grab some.
I only ask because, like, however much time you're... There's 9,000 silver in that pile. So, like, you just grabbing a couple handfuls, or you're, like, shoveling a bunch into the bag of holding?
Yeah. Along with the crown and
900...
one of
11.
the.
You get
It's like a mage hand, one of the-
2,911 silver into the bag of holding.
Thank you, note taker. I am going to also mage hand a couple of those crystal balls. I was like, what were they called? Yeah.
Yep, there was 6 of them.
And maybe one of those vases. Yeah, I'll just take all 6 crystal balls then, and
Wait.
one of those vases, and put it in the bag holding.
You gotta...
I don't think you can get the vase with the
You
mage
might have
hand.
to ask Draven for help with those faces.
Vases
But,
are
you
100 pounds.
certainly
Leave the
can.
vase. Oh, that's right, they're 100 pounds, I forgot. Never mind,
Yeah.
I'll leave the vase.
Okay.
How many
Is
crystals?
there anything inside the vase? Can I look in the
There are
vases?
nothing
and see if there's
inside the
anything
vases. However, actually,
I just needed to.
roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh,
you got this.
That's
You
always
got this,
good.
baby. It's okay. It's okay.
12. You all hear
You know-
Avi let out a scream of terror as a rat jumps out of one of them and just scurries away.
Lily's in the back going, "Aw."
hey
Vibe
there,
is
little
next to her
fella.
going, George, how you been?
How
Reet!
Looks at Shane with a shut the fuck up face.
Honestly, my name is Fred. Can't you tell the difference by now? Jesus.
I met your buddy
I'm
Reet.
so
No,
sorry, Fred. It's been a couple of months, like I've been busy. You kind of came out of nowhere. I'm very sorry. I should get it right.
Came
by
out of
now.
nowhere. You guys came out of nowhere. I was just hanging out, having a great
Oh,
time.
no,
You
that's
guys.
for real. We came in on the smoke and woof. I don't even know how that works. So we're just trying to go home.
Psh, I can go home
This rat
anytime.
is
And
the
you watch
secret
him
to
poof
getting
out of the way.
home.
Where's your
Stop.
friend? Fuck.
This is what I get for not calling him the right name.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Fred if he took a
Could
gift.
we
He
not
totally
have
could
used
have
that to
taken
our
you home with
advantage?
him. Nope. Fuck you. Uh, anyone
Fucking
else
damn it,
looking through
Fred.
any other piles?
How many balls did we take?
All 6. Sure.
An odd medical condition.
What's up, Draven? Wow, voice crack. Ugh.
I'm gonna keep examining the horse.
The horse.
There's whores here?
Horse.
Oh.
Pony.
Oh.
It doesn't take long to realize that it is not magical. It is.
You screamed
it is
real
it is
loud,
It is
you
a
know.
wooden horse.
I'm gonna run my hand along its mane. Just up under the chin. And as I start rubbing my hands, I'm going to cast Find Steed.
You hear as the wood cracks and splinters. As it breaks away, you see a slightly spectral pony.
was fucking
As you
cool.
pour a little more magic into it, you watch it grow into a fully grown horse.
Hello, my friend.
It nuzzles you.
Aw.
You then feel a wash of surprise and intrigued from the hilt. All right. Anybody else?
Which
Some-
one are we at?
In some of the other piles.
Another bunch of more coins, rusted suits of armor, rusted shields. There is a child-size sarcophagus made of black wood inlaid with gold. 'Cause creepy.
Fucked up. That's pretty fucked up.
A trunk filled with 6 fine dresses. 10 pieces of jewelry in a wrought wooden
Is there a
chest.
dress that would fit a 6-foot tall blue tiefling?
Yeah.
What's it look like?
The dress that would fit you is like an emerald green dress. Kind of picture like Cinderella-ish, but a little less ostentatious. An emerald green.
Good wedding attire.
I don't know. You guys think this would look good on me? She's like holding it up like.
There is also one Lily's size. It is black with kind of like not exactly glitter, but I don't know what the type of cloth that's called. It's like it looks like it's glitter.
Are you talking about shimmer, sparkle, or confetti dot?
Shimmer.
Sequin.
There you go.
Shimmery. See, there you go.
The
So a
mermaidy
black
thing where you
dress
go-
with that throughout it. And it's got like one shoulder strap, and then it's a little low cut, but it's alright. It's it's all good. And then it goes down, slit down one side with the leg.
I feel like this dress is more suited for you, and that one's more suited for me. But it's not the right size.
It didn't dawn on me till just now, but apparently I have, much like the fairy godmother in Pinocchio, I have given wood life.
Hey, yeah, you
The
did.
blue fairy.
You give life
And
to
we
a
also
bunch
can
of
give
wood
that,
every time you talk, buddy.
I was gonna say,
I
so we
have
also
nothing
can
for
give
that.
life to wood,
Love
just
you.
in
I
a
have no
very different
canopy.
way.
I mean, there's other shit, but
I aim to please.
Never misses.
the only
This is
thing
even
that
better when I
might
have
like
Pony on.
the only other thing that might actually catch your guys' eyes would be, there is a gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets. I'm
Does
assuming nobody
anyone
touches
have the ability to like check what the fuck that does? Because that looks important, but it also looks like it's probably cursed.
that. Oh yeah, and there's 75 empty bottles if anyone wants those. Hey man, adventurers always need to empty vials and bottles and shit. You always collecting stuff and
Right?
Yeah.
Like you can make holy water. You can take the snow. We can make holy vodka.
sure.
It's true.
Holy vodka.
But if anyone touches the skull, it doesn't do anything. It's just a skull with garnets in his eyes. Anyway,
Cool. He's
the
walk around going, I'm gonna name
Xanther,
it Claudius.
Xanther's
Hamlet.
already outside. Let me look. Yeah. He leads you out of there. And starts heading. Which way do you guys want to go? To the east side or the west side?
Where are we going? We picked through treasure. That was pretty cool. Told you guys, we just had to look around a little bit. So
You said east or west side? Isn't there only a south?
South there are stairs that lead up. There's also a
How
doorway
about
to
the-
the south, actually. Now that I'm looking.
I popped out that door. Is that the statue that like was shooting fireballs and shit at us?
That
Anthony? That?
is a wonderful question.
Huh? Cause like that
I
wasn't
believe
cool.
it is.
That sucked. Just ask the half dead guy in the other room.
The fact of the matter is, he said that him being with us will protect us. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't-
bottom of the statue. If you guys go up those stairs, you'll be back on that balcony where you guys were shot at. The
Not
statue is
well.
a 40-foot tall statue.
Oh. Big statue.
Um,
Xanther. That's
yeah,
where
which-
Zephyr. That's where the furry guy was.
Yes.
I mean-
Nepheron.
Ferron. Yeah, him.
It's possible he'll come out, but if he does, I will make sure he does not interrupt again.
Yeah, generally speaking, that'd be, nice. I'm not particularly fond of fireballs. I know I'm a tiefling and all, but not the right
Wrong kind. Wrong kind.
wrong kind.
Not all, hashtag not all tieflings. God, people, come on.
Well then, which way would you like to go?
You know what? Let's go left-handed mouse if anyone doesn't have any ideas.
Left of the map or
Wait.
left to you guys?
Left to her.
Gotcha.
So
east
technically
side-
right
east
on
side.
the map, but
Gotcha.
That's how you get out of the maze, right? You just stay to one wall and keep going.
Good enough. 32. You guys follow Xanther to that direction, and you see.
And this way.
Sometimes this book is so fucked up the way it's put together. But anyway,
organized.
I know. The walls and ceiling of this
There.
great hall are coated in amber that glistens like fresh honey. Dust covers the black marble floor to the north, and the hall has collapsed, leaving a wall of rubble. Many amber doors lead from this hall. Standing in front of the south door are ugly women in tattered black gowns with brooms and black pointed hats.
Friends of yours?
Well then, it looks like the Amber Halls have new visitors. And what, pray tell, would all of you be doing here?
We're just passing through.
Perusing, browsing, Okay, I think we got what we came for, actually. We're just kind of looking around now.
The tour,
Interesting.
Huh.
And what is it that you were looking for down here?
Xanther
Casimir.
then raises his hand and snaps. The witches are looking at each other, and you see one of their mouths move, and you hear nothing.
Ah, silence.
Oh, goodness.
You can
That's useful.
do that. Shit.
Xanther points at one of the ugly women, and you watch a bead of black energy leave his finger and shoot directly at the chest at the center woman. You watch her entire
glad-
body wither into nothingness
Yeah, I'm
as
glad
she
you're
collapsed
on our side.
collapses as a husk. The other two look at each other, look at themselves, frightened, and both pull out their brooms and try to escape. And they're heading directly at you guys.
Back up, back up.
They're kind of
Yes.
like going in an upward motion. But is anyone doing anything to stop them?
Do they
Get
know
out of the way.
Strahd?
Yeah, Sam's gonna launch a fucking chaos bolt. Or no. Sam is going to use Ray of Frost.
Okay. Anyone else?
I
I'm
assume
use-
you knew something I didn't.
Draven,
I'm
what?
gonna use compelled duel.
Ooh, shit.
Haha.
Okay.
I got this, guys. They're
Ray of
cool, they
Frost
got
from
this.
Semyaza. Draven, that's a wisdom. Never mind. That's a natural one. Doesn't matter what saving throw it is.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
2d8. Ba, 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 ba. 9 damage.
Okay. A little rough. The one on the left is the one that's hit by you. The one on the right heads straight for Draven. Anyone else doing anything?
If I
Who has
see
not?
Draven, if I see Draven casting Compel Duel, I'll aim for the other one, but I'll use Sacred Flame.
Gotcha. The one that was hit by Sem. Dex save 16?
Yeah, it saves.
Haha. Anyone else?
Eldritch Blast that one.
Okay. They just round the corner. Fire
Guys,
away.
are we
2
the
beams.
bad guys? The bad guys. LA. Are we the bad guys?
One's a 12 to hit.
Hits.
That's 13 points of damage with the first.
Oh, you splatter it. The second beam just shoots and hits the wall. However, the one that approaches you, Draven, gets right in front of you. And as soon as the thing pulls up, I will tell you what she does. Load faster, roll 20. That'd be real fucking great. Just throwing that out there. Okay, thank you. She heads straight towards you and casts I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Draven.
I'll counterspell that.
21.
21. She looks at you and says, "What did the ocean say to the other ocean?" "Nothing, it just waved." And you kind of just like raise an eyebrow. "I thought it was funny."
There's a better version of that joke.
I was trying to do it terribly because she failed.
There.
I had a funnier joke. But she fails, and she is right and able to be attacked. Swing away, sir.
Okay.
He's tired of hags.
21 definitely hits. These are chips. They have 16 hit points, bruh. So she comes at you, says that jokes, pulls up.
Cleave
I
in
thought it was
twain
funny.
real
You
bad.
just cleave the head off.
Now that was funny.
The head slides off, lands in Vibe's hands.
That's how you get ahead in life.
That's
Hey, that's a good joke.
what.
That would have worked.
Wouldn't that be no way to get ahead in life?
Except
Just
for the
one-
fact that I have a head now,
Vive got ahead.
Yeah.
and I am still alive.
Right.
That's why I
I've
didn't
got the target.
have you guys roll initiative for that. Those things had 16 hit points. Like, they were fucked. Anyway, there are a few doors to choose from in this place. Xanther leads you down to the end of the hallway here and points to this door and this door and says both of these contain sarcophagi.
3 doors down.
Yes.
Again, we get to make that joke.
Which one would you like to open first?
Is there a way we can get like a vibe check on the like aura of these patrons somehow?
They're creepy as fuck, and don't do it.
Once
This
you're
has been your
speaking with
vibe
them,
check.
sure. There's no way to really
Can I?
connect with them until you actually touch one of the sarcophagi.
Okay.
Might be one way. Could I just kind of get out and kind of like you give me a direction here, like which hallway, where you at?
You get no response.
Playing hard to get, guys. We gotta go door to door.
What's in these last 3 sarcophagi?
Each sarcophagi holds an entity ready to make a deal.
Sure, our mutual acquaintance is down here somewhere.
Well, the one that's on the right side, Sam's gonna just be like, might as well bite the bullet and see what this is about.
All right. You go inside to that one.
Good.
This room has
Good.
amber glazed walls, a blue marble floor, and 3 amber sarcophagi standing in the alcoves. Which one do you go to, north, east, or south?
Go
I'm
South.
going north.
Okay. Shane?
south.
Okay.
I'm on the map. I don't know how it's oriented.
You're fine. Semyaza, as you place your hand on the amber, you hear a voice in your mind. I am Savnok. I offer the power to shield the mind. Do you accept?
What price do I have to pay to get you to do this? Because, just curious.
Nothing too terrible.
All right,
Only
now,
your eyes.
I kind of like my eyes, so I don't think that one's going to work for me. I appreciate it, though. I hope you have a good day. She just stopped.
You hear a
It's
slight
like a
frustrated
telemarketer.
hiss as you remove your hand. Shane, as you place yours in the southern sarcophagus, you hear another voice, one that you do not recognize. I am Shamiamore, the Lady of Delights. My gift allows you to suggest actions to others, and they tend to follow.
No.
That seems
Give
like a
that one to
power I
him.
should have at all. I will respectfully decline. Place not necessary.
As you wish. As you remove your hand. Anyone touching the east?
To the last one. Yeah, I will.
As you place your hand, you hear the beating of wings and a voice. I am Tarchamides, the grave worm. My gift will give you the power of flight.
It's the cost of this gift.
You will eat of the grave, whether it be the dirt or the bones themselves. Failing to do so will release you from this life.
Oh,
Appreciate your offer, but I must decline.
You remove your hand a little too quickly for him to reply.
What would you guys? Did you guys right? What did you get offered? offered me an extended warranty on my chariot.
Motherfucker.
Told him I didn't have one. So weird.
Did you find out what the price of that extended warranty was?
I didn't even ask.
Look, you always gotta get the
chariot.
price, just to make it seem polite.
I don't have a chariot, so it's like, what's the point?
There's a chariot in the ball. It's fine.
It is. It is.
Anyone going through the next one?
Yeah.
Check out
Five,
the next
Lily?
room.
I am glued to Lily's side. Wherever she goes, I will go.
Okay.
Lily will just go see what's in the other room.
All right. Lily and Vive. As the party's doing the eastern, you guys go to the south. The two of you enter a room with flame skulls. However, they do not react other than they do turn and watch you very closely.
that's
Before
concerning.
anybody goes up to a sarcophagus, I turn and look at her and go, "Do you really think this is a good idea?"
No. But I don't know how to phrase it. We've been getting our asses handed to us ever since we've come here. And I'm afraid Ira won't be the only one we lose.
I understand this fear, but is it really worth it? If you damn your soul, if the price is too much, if they are making a deal for more than they claim. We know nothing of these creatures. They may yet tell us their names, they may yet tell us where they're from, but we do not have enough information. We do not know who they are. We do not know if they cross fingers behind backs. This feels wrong.
We know a little about one of them.
Absolutely not. Are you okay?
Yeah.
My dear, my love, you do not deal with this creature. You have at every point been suspicious of him, been uncomfortable with him. Why would we make a dealing?
Out of curiosity, I just want to know finally who he is, what he is. I'm not saying I'm making a deal. There's answers. The reason I was so weirded out by him just suddenly appearing and having some control over me was I had no idea who he was.
And you do now?
No, but I know he's down here.
Then we should absolutely leave. There is no reason for us to be dealing with something we do not know who just wants us to let him out.
Southeast. That's not fair to all the Australian folks in chat, though. You know what I mean?
My dear, would you allow me to cast a spell on you? If I'm wrong, nothing will happen.
Yeah, of course, you have my permission. Always.
I take her hand and cast Remove Curse.
You watch as the magic flows from you into her, and a not bright, but a cleansing white light washes over Lily. Lily continues to look at you and blinks. And Lily, you feel good. You know, you're all right.
She just holds Vi's hands and just goes, "You, you keep getting stronger every day. That's impressive."
As do you. Why then do you think we are not enough? Every day we get stronger. And our enemies, though we face them at different times, they have not changed. We just need to be smart. And while that's not always my how you say we say forte. I don't know what you say. It is there are people with us. You are with us. We can be smart about this. We just have to shut Shane up long enough to do so.
Heard that.
I have the silence spell. You can be quiet for a while.
That's true.
While this conversation is going, the
Go
rest
ahead.
of you in the eastern room would have just finished. Draven, probably you with Lily and Vive. Just because that makes it 3 and 3. Did you want to touch one of the sarcophagi or just
One of the
listen
guys.
to what they're saying?
It's one of the guys.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna touch the south one.
I'm gonna touch it. In this room, they have glazed amber, floor of red marble, and rough-hewn shaft in the center of this 10-foot-high ceiling. 3 amber sarcophagi stand in the alcoves, and above each floats a human skull wreathed in green flame. As you place your hand on the southern sarcophagus, the vestige within introduces themselves as you hear a storm. Not exactly in the distance, almost as if you're in the middle of it, but also in the distance. Hard to explain. But this voice, like a howling wind. I am Zinrala, the power of the howling storm will be yours if you accept my gift.
And what does this gift require?
The effects of the storm on the body often leave one numb on one side. Gives you cerebral palsy. Ha ha!
At least Bell's palsy.
I was waiting for that one.
Wow.
This place is like a fucking
This is the guy
nursing
that I
home.
said yes to, obviously. Dustin, yeah. That's how I got my cerebral palsy. Yeah, alright. That's 3 face palms at least.
I don't know if I want to be paralyzed on one of my sides. I shall decline. Remove my hand.
Alright. 5 and Lily.
Unless Lily senses anything different, she actually walks out in the hallway.
Okay.
I'll follow her.
Alright. Oh, Draven, you want to touch the other 2?
Yep.
Sounds good. The eastern
The
one.
ones.
I want to touch it.
Again, a kind of a whispery voice. Saiken, the soul hungerer. The power of mine
will be the power over life and death itself. You will be able to bring back ones you love.
And the cost?
When one looks at the eyes of death, their own eyes are often changed.
On to the west one.
Don't even want to consider it? Come on.
You consider
The western one. This one almost speaks through like coughing fits.
I am Thekre, Queen of Boxes. I will allow you to cast a contagion on your enemies.
Well, that's not my wheelhouse. I'm a paladin. I walk out the room.
Fair enough.
Mic drop.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you.
The cost of that one, you reek of filth.
You smell like a frat boy.
Yeah, you smell like a fucking rat. Love it.
Body spray.
I feel dirty.
Xantha replies,
We lost a Lily.
unfortunately, that is a common feeling.
Oh, this is quite the screen.
Sorry, I feel like my Discord crashed.
It did.
Definitely did.
Sorry.
It's all good. It happens. Look.
Technical
connections are
issues on an
connections.
episode of my stream? Come on.
What?
Never. Absolutely
I-
not.
I always say it's not a stream without the tribbles.
Yep. Without the difficult technicalities. Well then. If you wanted to take a little bit of time to dig through the northern wall, there are more through there, or there's more to the west. As I take it, you have not found what you are all looking for yet.
I mean, are we really looking for anything?
I'm just curious, personally.
He looks at
looking
Shane.
I'm looking for
Vaughn
our
is looking
mutual
at Lily.
acquaintance.
So
And I
I've
think our
gathered.
mutual acquaintance is down here. I don't know if it's going to be worth finding him, but
Xanther walks towards the rubble that is the northern wall and says a few words of magic and kind of using mold earth removes the rubble from the way.
is it keeping something out or keeping something in?
Simply closed.
Or it could just be it's a really old
This
frickin'
place
building.
is much older than you think. Going
Lily's
to
following.
the-
She's kind of keeping to the back of the group, looking
Okay.
confused.
In this area, there is a place filled with rotting, stinking ghasts. Entities
That's the
you've
thing,
seen
that's what I was
before.
That's gonna be
And though at first they seem to lurch forward for an attack, Xanther more or less just looks at them. does like, and they just kind
Looks-
of back
mom
off.
looks. Give him the mom look.
There is a staircase that leads back upstairs. Yeah, it goes back upstairs.
Oh.
But there are 3 sarcophagi in here.
We will touch one.
Which one?
Which one you want?
This room with the amber glazed walls and a floor of dark green marble. The amber sarcophagi stand in alcoves. Two feral humanoids with ghastly gray skin stare at you hungrily with three... Oh, wait, am I reading the right one? I think I'm reading the right one.
It's Alvy and Shane, and they're the feral
B,
monsters.
C. Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
5 more cling to the walls and ceilings.
Shane, I will use my new sword on you.
I have a new sword
Keep
too.
your
You'll
bedroom
win, but I
dealings
have a
to
new sword
yourself.
too.
It's already bad enough I have to pretend to sleep through half of it.
Ooh.
Appreciate that?
Who's touching which one?
I'm gonna touch the eastern one.
As you touch
Going
it,
north. Oh, go ahead.
you hear
I'll take the last one.
almost the gnashing of teeth. I am Delvanar, he of many teeth. Power I give is to live many lives. If you ever fall, you will simply rise again.
All right. What is the cost of this? Because that sounds a little bit too good to be true, sir. Or actually, what are your pronouns?
He, him, thank you for asking.
All right, sir. Yeah. What's the cost on this one?
Until you rise for the third and final time, your teeth will belong to me.
I kind of like my teeth.
It's a tooth fairy.
I love them as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. No, thank you. I have a good one. She just kind of backs up, and she's like sitting there, like poking her.
Like just touching the
her
teeth, making
canines.
sure they're still there.
Yeah, she's she's very specifically touching her canines, her pointed canines. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Who's
like
touching which one?
those.
Sorry, Abby?
Shane was touching the southern one, so Aubrey's touching the other one.
Gotcha. Shane. The vestige in this one speaks. A familiar voice fills your mind. Finally,
Oh, friend.
I knew you all could make it.
Oh.
You've been
Made it
through
last.
much, Shane. As he speaks, the entire room seems to fill with darkness. All of the guests climb the walls to the ceiling as if they're trying to get as far away as they can. Every single one of you hear the voice in your mind.
Hey, consent, sir. Consent.
You've all done so well. I couldn't have asked for a better group.
Are you the one who like brought us here or something?
I am.
Right. Why the hell would you do that?
This plane of existence, where Strahd is locked in, once belonged to me, and me alone.
So this is a turf war.
In a way,
Look, I've already done the. She like holds up her hand and like stretches it. I've already done the turf war thing. Not my thing. I just want to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I understand. I know all of you want one thing or another, yet most of you simply want to go home. I will allow that. All I ask, all I need,
is to be let free and for you to help me clear my realm of the one who stole it from me. After that, you will all be free to live the lives of peacefulness that you wait for. Some of you will have curses lifted. Others will get what they want and simply be left alone. I am not like the others in this tomb. I can be set free. Yet
Avi looks at Shane.
it'll take all of you to do it.
Some kind of just turns to the rest of the party is like, I think we need to have a chat.
I have one question very quickly, if I may.
Of
Who
course,
are
Vi.
you?
All of you lose your vision. And you kind of try and blink, and you all find yourselves in sort of an emptiness. However, you can all see each other standing in a small, like, semicircle. A being of shadow rises from the ground, standing there almost amorphous. Another being rises from the ground in front of Avi, a being with a porcelain white mask. A being rises in front of Vive, a beautiful woman with a queenly crown. Another being rises in front of Draven, a beautiful woman dressed as a noble. And a being full of constellations and bright stars rises in front of Lily.
Look, like, I get it. I'm not a great person sometimes. But come on. All of y'all got one? What
A
am I, fucking
being
trapped
rises
liver?
in front of Semyaza,
It's just some
a
Yasa.
tall, powerfully built figure
Venom.
holding a trident. Every being speaks at once with their own voices. You were brought here because I needed you. Throughout your entire adventure, I have been here, and I have been with you. Always. I now ask that you be here for me. I have given you all the power
I
to
don't
protect your
want to
friends.
push. I
just-
don't want to push, and I don't want to be ungrateful. But that was not the answer to my question. You did not tell us who you are. You have only told us the masks you have worn. And I could tell you many a mask, but you know my name, my face, my friends. This does
All-
not feel like an even deal.
All the beings step backwards into the central shadow. It takes the form of a tall, powerfully built male figure in black armor, not unlike what you guys saw once cover Shane. In his right hand, a blade that looks exactly like Shane's. On his brow is a helmet that has a crown adorned with it. My name is Zentris, the Kingmaker.
I just heard Vive go fuck in my head. It was so weird.
Does Avi recognize the name?
Does anyone?
Would anyone? Vive, how old? How old is Vive?
By what standards?
How the fuck old
Okay,
are
well,
you?
time is ahead.
Who was president when Vive was born?
I mean,
Time
kind
is
of.
a
That
weird
is part of the
soup.
question. I mean, yes. Vibe is 32. In actual age. Because satyrs age more or less along the lines of humans. But, he has been living in the Feywild and been coming, like, in and out of it.
Yeah, that's why you might be the only one. Go ahead and roll. Let's do a history check.
He is also almost 300 years old. Just putting that out there.
Not even close.
What?
Guidance on that?
Not even close to old enough.
That is 23.
Oh, damn, never mind.
23. You have heard of an entity that was once not unlike a god. Every king of every nation, of every plane of existence, near the beginning, once paid homage to this being. Until one day he simply disappeared and no longer answered any prayers. With a 23, you would know that he is a force of personalities, a being that could get almost anyone to follow him, and anyone was happy to do so. And he was kind and giving to those that proved themselves worthy. But to those that angered him, there are still stories of what happened to those people. And none of them you care to ever remember.
Why, Lady Fran?
Because, Draven, it was the only way to get you here.
Draven's gonna approach Lady Fran.
She's no longer there. They all backed up into him and molded into him, and he finally showed his face, essentially. It is, the helmet does kind of like have a face guard on it, but you do see eyes, kind of like a white flame almost. Group hydrate.
That's good because I
But
pissed myself.
you can
a
approach
minute
him.
ago.
Can everybody else hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Or can I just have a conversation with it?
You could try.
Okay, I guess I'm going to,
Attempt that.
yeah, attempt
ahead.
that. So is this where I seal my contract that I signed to so long ago?
This is.
Well, do what you must.
He
I
reaches
will
his hand
fulfill
out to you.
I will fulfill the contract. But as stated, they all get to go home.
I will keep my promise.
Okay.
You reach out and take his hand. As you do, you all watch Draven disappear.
Well, fuck.
He walks
Xanthor's still there.
up to Semyaza. You
Hi.
came
Hello.
later than the others, and for that, I apologize, and I have not been able to give you any sort of gift. You were brought here out of an emergent need. Simply ask for a gift, and it'll be yours.
I heard about this really cute little symbiote thing that can act as my armor and do a couple other cool things.
That I can provide. And he reaches his hand out to you.
She takes his hand.
You watch as Semyaza disappears.
Yeah, get Twilight now.
He approaches Avi. You will. You don't have it right away, but you will get it. He approaches Avi. For a moment, his helmet shifts to the porcelain mask and back. I openly admit I tricked you and I apologize. But I am the one that brought you back. I am the one that gave you the chance to get your revenge. You have not yet gotten it. No matter what you choose here today, that is a promise I've made to you, and I will keep it. That man still draws breath, ragged though it is. I will help lead you to him. He reaches his hand out.
He's going to pause for a moment, shocked, and look over at Shane, wide-eyed. Does Shane react?
I wasn't wrong.
He looks back at him and takes his hand.
Avi disappears. He walks to Shane. I've been the most open with you, though I have not been 100% honest, and as with Avi, I do apologize. But I have kept my word that I gave and helped protect you and your friends. I will continue to provide the power to do that.
Except.
He walks both to Vive and Lily. You are angry with me, Vive. I know.
You misunderstand. I am not. I do not appreciate your methods. I do not appreciate your approach. And I do not make deals with creatures I do not know. But now that we are face to face, let's talk.
I've been there, listening and watching, protecting the both of you. I was there when Lily fell, and I saw the pain in your eyes. And it matched only the pain in hers. He reaches out his hands, both of them, one to both of you. If you accept me and release me, when I'm freed, no being, be they God or otherwise, will ever be able to find a way to keep you two apart.
Except by her choice. And then I'm going to turn around, fully turn my back to this thing, look Lily dead in the face, say, I follow my lady. I followed her till she brought me to you. She is the one who gives me the strength to help you. But at the end of the day, it is you I pledge myself to. And what you choose, I will follow.
Lily, you hear in your mind,
Nope.
there are many things in this world stronger than you think. But with me, I can give you the power. More power than you've ever dreamed. And that is what will ensure Vive's safety.
Vive watches Lily go still for a second. And she reaches out to take Vive's hand first. She says, I'm sorry, I just can't lose you again. And she reaches out and takes the entity's hand.
I'll reach out at the same time.
The both of you disappear. All of you standing in the same kind of semicircle in this room. Open your eyes, one by one, and look at each other. And you realize you're standing in a semicircle around a sarcophagus. It has a very large crack in the center. You watch the crack grow, and pieces fall off, until finally, it is nothing but rubble.
Okay, Draven.
I think so.
You all hear, not exactly in your minds, almost as if it's in the room now. Yet none of you see the entity. Only one thing left to do. Let's do it together. For now, I am with you. Xander looks about. Well then. This just got interesting.
Lily turns and just like hugs Vive.
I'll just hold her for a minute.
Jane is looking at the blank stare on Ravi's face. Feeling completely
He's avoiding his eye contact.
feeling completely responsible for every lie she just realized she's been living under.
Ouch.
Sorry. Group hydrate.
Been there, brother.
Yeah.
He knows it's not his fault, but he feels like it is. Yeah. It's a faith thing. You know, we get it.
We have even more in common, my guy.
I mean, I meant to talk about that, sorry.
Quick check-in. Everyone doing okay? Everything's okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Good.
Honestly, it could have been much worse. Semyaza could be toothless, like, it could be horrible, but it's alright. It's okay, we're fine, everybody's here. Yeah, like, honestly, I told you I wasn't a godly man, and that's why they fucking lied to us.
I mean, yeah. This is why you don't deal with people you don't know. All of that could have happened and we wouldn't have even had a name.
But Vive, you've been dealing with him the entire time.
Meg is sitting here like, absolutely fuck that guy. And Vive's ready to burn many universes for whatever Lily needs. So, like, kinda sorta fuck that guy, you know?
You've even danced with
Jane?
him. Come on.
Yeah, I was about to say you danced with him.
Shane
Yeah.
is slightly not shocked.
This is why he's a catfish. Like,
He's a godfish.
Still shocked right now.
He's a fucking
In a way.
godfish. Where'd he go? Where did he go? He was
Look.
pretending to be oral too, fucking prick.
Sam is from a world where just Zeus. All I have to say is Zeus.
By the way,
That's
all of you get your charisma upped by 4 to a maximum of 22.
Shit.
Makes me a dangerous
Lily.
man.
Lily has charisma now. Oh my god. She never had before.
5 too.
Oh.
Shane's charisma is 22.
Sam's charisma is 20 now. This is charisma rogue. Alright.
Do we
Oh.
continue?
We've all made a
Or
horrible
have you
decision
gotten what you
together.
needed?
I just want to check with the other ones and see what's going on with them.
I will. I don't think that's a good idea.
Find out who else is down here. No, I don't care who else is down here, honestly. That was the guy I was looking for, and found him.
I
and
mean,
I'm
I
charismatic.
honestly got what I wanted out of it, but, you know, more knowledge.
I was curious though, Xantha.
Guru
We
Becky.
talked about Strahd's fire pony. That wouldn't happen to have been your Pegasus once upon a time, would it?
No.
On the whole charisma thing, is that the base stat itself, or is
Increases
it
by
on saves?
4. Base stat itself.
And you can't go above 20, correct?
It goes
You
to a
can
maximum.
on that.
The new maximum is 22.
Oh, delicious.
That is his gift. Well then, I will allow you all to stay in my library until you are rested.
Thank you.
That would be appreciated.
Much appreciated, sir.
Where did I put the notes?
It seems as though you all need it. No offense.
None taken.
No, you're right.
Yes, sleep sounds most delicious.
Actual long rest.
You all head back up the spiral staircase into the still cold but comfortable room with comfortable couches. And get some rest. For in the morning, you know what is coming. Morning, night, you're not sure. During that day.
Whenever it is.
So, before we rest, now, guys, I know we got a revenant on our ass. Can't we use that fireball statue to our advantage?
Inside of a week.
Inside
Not
of a
sure,
week. Okay. Never mind. I answer.
It could revive in a day. It could revive in 7 days. It could revive in 20 minutes. Don't know.
Does Xantha know anything about the other 11 souls in that dagger? We kind of opened a whole prison.
I wasn't able to gather much, but some seem to be nobles. One, interestingly, seemed to be no more than a beggar on a street. Why anyone wanted him killed by a Balverse, I don't know.
That's probably totally irrelevant.
Well then, as you all lay down to sleep, you all level up.
I'm sleeping on the ceiling.
I'm not sleeping.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
the-
do
the-
it.
The hut is up.
Yeah.
The library.
You get the cushions off of the couches and put it on the floor and make like a little fort. Put the hut up.
Lily does ask
Do you allow
by,
Xanther access in there or no?
I mean, yeah, he's been fine with us.
Okay.
Like, he's literally not been a problem.
Yeah. I was just
Yeah.
gonna say if you didn't, he's been like, wow, that's fucking rude, but okay.
No, literally,
That's
dude,
fair.
I'm, like,
Wait,
I'm
just
very
so-
happy
so-
that just once it worked out to be nice to a guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we're fine.
Hey, you guys spoke with the entity. Xantros worked out just fine.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
Xantha,
sure.
do you have any more of those greater restoration potions in the cabinet in the other room?
Roll a d20.
Oh dear.
Let's see here. That would be strength. That's an 11. Perfectly average.
Unfortunately, I do not.
When there's a quiet moment, Lily will tell Vive, you know, one of these days we need to be selfish and keep this tent for ourselves.
I can kick them all out right now. Just say that.
Just left.
Literally,
Because
with a word, they will all be shunted from the place.
Yeah, you just tell me when that's good, and we're okay.
I feel like that happens. Like, it's just like, okay. Everybody wakes up outside of the tent.
I will say, interestingly enough, Draven, as you dream,
You see the face of a man that kind of looks like Strahd, but not exactly. Definitely a younger face. The hair's definitely different, and not exactly black, more of a dark brown, and the eyes are much kinder. You look at the man. He is dressed in a regal armor set, and at his hip, a platinum hilt sheath of a sheathed blade sticks out. You see him walking through a corridor of a castle. He approaches a door and knocks, almost nervously. Within a few moments, there is no answer, and he opens the door. You hear him speak, but it's almost like it's muffled. Like you're almost like you're covering your ears and someone's trying to talk.
Right.
He opens the door and you see his face turn from kind of joyful to utter surprise, shock, and fear. He runs into the room. Do you look in? Right now, you were kind of looking. He was side profile, knocked on the door, and went in.
I'll follow.
So as you follow in, you see a kind of a study. It is a grisly scene. There is a man laying on the ground, his throat almost torn out. Although there isn't a lot of blood. And you see the man that you followed in staring at a hunched figure in the corner. This darkened corner. He says something once more as he steps forward and has his hand out. The figure looks up at the man with glowing red eyes and a smile with pearly white teeth and two sharp fangs. The man steps backwards, doesn't reach for his sword, though you don't understand that there's a monster in this room and this man seems unwilling to kill it. The figure walks towards the man, reaches out, almost as if they were going to embrace. You hear a single word from the man. Brother. As the entity reaches the man, you wake up. You get a wash of emotion from the hilt. Sadness, longing. And anger.
I look at the sword. So are you Strahd's brother? Trapped in this sword?
You feel a negative emotion. You would have read, especially, you know, being a soldier type guy, you've heard of weapons that may not have been magical when they were first made, but imprint so thoroughly with their wielder that they gain their own sort of sentience.
Gotcha. Shall we go kill Strahd then?
You feel vengeance.
I'll take that as a yes.
As you say that, the blade, for the first time, ignites.
Ah, there you are.
Put it away.
The sun blade is now yours. All right. You all wake up. Xanther waves his hand, and you are greeted with a magically summoned breakfast of toast, jam, and pancakes, milk and juice.
You want Avi? I'll get it for you and bring it back.
We have not said a word to him since all of this happened. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Yo.
Oof.
He
and
slept
jam
turned
it
away
is.
from him the whole night.
Oh no!
She's not mad at him. She's not going to tell him that though. But she's not okay. She is very not okay right now.
Does my
Cakes
horse
and
need
juice.
to eat?
No, but it
Considering
can.
it was described as spectral, I don't
It's
think so.
spectral-ish. Kinda. But yeah, it can eat if you want to feed
I
it.
mean, I had to ask.
Yeah.
Am
You
I
do
allowed to
see
go pet
there
your horse?
is like a small like pile or bushel of apples.
Oh.
And I shall feed my horse.
All right.
Unbeknownst to the fact that it's spectral and probably doesn't need to consume anything.
It does eat it, and it nuzzles you and thinks. Just because it doesn't
Semyasa-
eat you doesn't mean it doesn't enjoy it.
Semyasa, while biting on a piece of toast, goes, "Can I pet your horse?"
What do you say?
Please.
No, not you, the horse.
The horse looks at you, looks at Sem, looks at you,
Or that.
walks over to Sem. Roll an animal handling check.
An animal
dear.
handling check. All right.
I don't know what I want more. Do I want you to roll low or high? I don't know.
That's a nat 20.
Ah. Okay. It looks at you for a moment. Slowly gets closer and closer. Like blows air in your face a little bit, almost like a laughter, and then nuzzles you.
Some, rubs her head against it as she's giving, good ear scritches and everything.
It seems to highly enjoy that. And the rest of you?
I'm gonna do it. Shane did not actually sleep. Shane short rested 8 times in a row, and now has 13 second level spell slots.
Doing the
2
count.
third level
All right.
spell slots.
Real quick,
Or first.
with the Tome of Understanding, did anyone read that? Lily, Vive?
I was too busy. I was too busy because I kicked everybody out. Everybody woke up on the outside of Lemon's tiny hut.
Oh,
I was
in
like,
that
Forget
case,
about that. Shit.
Lily and Vive roll performance checks.
Oh God.
Yes.
Hey, I actually have charisma now.
Right?
Me too.
What's my performance now? +2?
That, my friend, is an 18.
Aye. Aye.
21.
It's a
21.
good thing. I'll say it's a good thing you can make the hut soundproof. Cause
It is fully
it's a good
opaque
night.
and soundproof.
It's a good night. So neither of you read it. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Probably should have. Oh well.
night well spent otherwise. The
They gained
party
an understanding.
enjoys a delicious breakfast. And as you gather your things, Xanther, oh, thank you. Wishes you good luck in your hunt for a vampire.
We know where he is. Actually, gonna come pick us up in a day. He's sending a carriage for us today.
Interesting. I don't think I have to warn you, just always have a backup plan. The best
Not a
laid
problem.
plans only last until the first meeting of enemies. Good luck, everyone. As you all head out of the Amber Temple once more, you are not blown up. As you kind of get like to that spot, you hear like the echoing voices of Xanther going, "No, they're not these. But I am to protect this place one way or another. Now just get."
My Neff! See you next time!
Fireball shoots towards you, but veers off the last second.
Semyaza waves at him and goes, "It was nice meeting you. I'm glad that you're feeling better. More yourself."
Where's Casimir? We left. Oh, fucking Casimir.
Casimir, he would have. By the time you guys got into the stairs, he was gone again.
Is that right?
So you're not sure where he went or what he's doing.
Let's go.
Asking Xanther, he would have been able to say that he's no longer in the Amber Temple when you guys got back upstairs.
He got what he
Knows
wanted
not
to.
Where? You all exit back into the cold. Lily, that cold's not too bad at all. Not holding that staff. Because you're resistant to cold, right?
Did it get warmer out here?
Feels the same to me.
I mean, it's always hotter when you're around.
Oh.
Cringe.
Cold never
You're gonna give Draven a migraine.
You all begin.
What else is new?
Right. You all begin heading down the mountain. And, as you... It's a couple hours before you reach the end, or the bottom of the mountain. You see a black carriage in the road.
Thing, remember?
As you approach it, you see no horses, but a man steps out. Let me pull up the artwork for him real quick while a man with a large scar on his forehead, an elf. Doesn't look. I mean, you guys are kind of used to the look of vampires now. Doesn't look like he's a vampire at all. But he is finely dressed. Let me. Oop, wrong button. Fuck, balls. Trying to show you the art. Here we go. He does like a respectful like bow of the head. My name is Rahadan. I am a servant of my master Strahd. I have been sent to collect you for tonight's dinner.
Fun. All right.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing.
He,
You know what we're having for dinner?
He opens the carriage door. Yes.
Please tell me it's not blood.
Not if that's not what you want.
Cool.
Speaking
If
of
there's
which,
alternative,
any allergies, any peanut butter allergies, any do we need?
The vegan alternative.
not that I'm aware of.
Bissell chicken?
Does everyone
Oh.
go in to the carriage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I
Interestingly
able
enough,
to follow it on my steed?
you could if you wish.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
If that's an option, Semyaza is gonna ask to ride behind on the steed with Draven.
It's a pony.
Well, it once it broke out of the wood, it then grew. It's now a full size.
She wants to ride your pony, Draven.
Yeah, I'm kind of a solo.
Out.
For those that are entering, interestingly enough, it is much larger inside than it looked outside. In fact, there are it's kind of like picture like a good sized train car, with a couple lavish couches, a like a coffee table between the couches, with a carafe of a clear liquid and 6 empty glasses surrounding it. There is a table with a bunch of like snacks, like finger sandwiches and shit like that. A charcuterie board. There's the word I was thinking of.
Charcuterie, yes.
It looks fucking beautiful. All of the upholstery is a dark red, and all of the wood is a like dark mahogany, almost black. Very beautiful.
Bad, no expense.
This
He's
is
the most gracious.
the personal carriage of Master Strahd. He invites you to enjoy all of the accoutrements that come with.
Well, that's appreciated.
The he points out the carafe with the clear liquid. Simply ask for a drink, and it will provide whatever you wish.
Semyaza looks at it and goes, "A nice aged scotch, please."
As you say that, and then pour it into one of the glasses, the clear liquid, as it hits the glass, turns into a beautiful brown color. Or amber
All
color.
right,
Scarlet
that's
amber.
fucking awesome. And she takes a
And
sip.
it's fucking delicious.
Oh, damn straight. I haven't had a good shot at this since we fucking entered Barovia.
Anyone else? Shut up.
No, one thing. You don't accept fruit from the Fae. So,
We are not fair.
full. That's okay.
Look, I'm just doing it because I figure if we don't agree to stuff on occasion, Strahd might take it as an insult, and I kind of like my head, so I'm gonna
To be
enjoy.
We've spent a lot of time insulting Strahd, and we're in his carriage.
It's true.
We?
I've
You
done
take
no
it-
such thing.
we?
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 Yeah, I
To
didn't.
be fair,
Hold the fuck.
it was not just me.
I didn't insult the man.
No.
I just threatened to kill his future wife.
And therefore, there is a we in here. I was not necessarily saying it was. I'll shut up now.
I'll turn French all of a sudden. There's a big we involved. Hey, we should be the guest. We should be the guests of honor at this wedding.
Maggie.
But that's okay.
Why?
Someone cast silence on him, please.
Would you like to know why? I'll sign it to you.
With Shane or on me? Because I'm the only one who has the spell.
On
Give it to
him.
me.
Don't waste the spell slot, but It's
Ramadan
tempting.
I
knows
was
the
like, we're
story.
gonna go see Strahd. I kind of want the spell.
Ramadan knows the
I don't
story.
blame you.
The reason that
Okay. Really stupid question. How long are we going to be in this carriage, roughly?
You don't know. A few hours at least.
Phenomenal.
Strahd's listening to literally everything we're saying right now.
I'm gonna cast silence
Oh, yeah.
as a ritual.
Fair enough.
How long
And
does
then I
that
don't
take?
have to waste the spell
Draven,
slot.
I will say, before Rahadin enters in the carriage, he offers to actually essentially hitch your horse to the carriage. Otherwise, there would be no way for you to keep up.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
Are you
mean, I
sure
can't say
you
no,
want
'cause
to
then I
ride
have
out
to-
here?
Yes. I need time to think.
He nods. Hold on tight. And enters the carriage himself after hooking up your horse. As the carriage gets moving, at first it's almost like any other carriage ride to you. The rest of you, you feel movement, but it's pretty smooth. And then after...
It's got a nice suspension on it.
Yeah, after about 30 seconds or so, you barely feel like you're moving at all.
This is a time vortex.
Draven, as you begin to ride forward with the carriage, the rope that ties your horse to the carriage begins to glow slightly. And, you know, it's not a rough ride with the horse, but all of a sudden, it's not rough at all. As the carriage takes off. So does your horse.
Thestral.
Make an athletics check.
No, no.
Ramadan,
do
we gotta
one.
go back.
Just one.
Dropped our paladin.
18.
18. You managed to not fall off the horse throughout the ride. That would have been interesting. Also because none of
Hey
them can
guys,
hear you.
where's the paladin?
We lost the,
They all
horse is
arrive.
there.
Hey, we're missing somebody.
Hey, did anyone happen to see where Draven went?
The horse is still
I
there
knew we-
tied to it.
Who packed the paladin? I know it's like Kevin from Home Alone. Long
Kevin!
ritual takes
Oh.
10 minutes, right?
Fix
So I can
himself.
talk
He
for
has
10
the
minutes.
boots.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes me feel old.
Because I want to know, what other drinks do people get?
Water.
Water? Okay. Ooh, the
Coffee.
water genasi drinks water.
Drink anything.
Okay. Shocker. Well, it's actually like really delicious, very clean water.
She's literally too nervous to drink anything else.
It's.
terrible.
I will say it's completely safe. I'm only asking just because fun for me to know what everyone likes to drink.
Seeing the scotch, seeing people drink it, as I fuck it, and I want to see if I can, and I ask for good nectar.
It does, in fact, provide that.
Not drink
got
or
everything.
eat anything.
What?
She
What?
just
Abby?
moves to the back of the carriage. Avi does not eat or drink anything. She just moves to the back of the carriage and sits like the furthest corner away from everybody else.
Okay.
Yep.
Shane. Ow,
Gets
my knee
coffee.
just cracked. Coffee. It's good shit.
Coffee.
It's good shit.
It tastes like shit. Oh, it's good shit. Okay,
It's good shit.
And
Like
You don't
like
need
you
caffeine.
you even like when you pour it, you think about how much or sugar and creamer you want in it, and that is how much it comes out. It's perfectly made.
he
Oh,
wants
damn.
a drink. Seeing the drinks, he wants a drink because damn it, it's been like 5 whole days. Then after he gets his coffee, he goes and sits within a seat and a half of Avi. Like
Avi,
half turn.
as you sit there and just kind of watch everybody have drinks and eat cheese wedges, I don't know. Sitting next to you between Shane and you is Zentris. No one else seems to see him. You seem upset.
She just
Oh, boy.
glances at him and then looks out the window.
You would be the first one to look out the window, then you just realize you all are flying.
Cut
You
out.
got
don't
out.
see the ground.
Just go like wide eyed.
Wait,
okay.
hold on. Roll perception. It'll be funny.
You see Draven.
19. You kind of look out, you look behind, and for a moment you don't see much, and then you see just kind of like, you know how when a boat is pulling like a skier, they go from like side to side. Draven comes around the side, riding the horse, like. Draven, are you enjoying this, or like, is it an oh shit moment?
Honestly, I fully expected my horse to revert back to wood and turn into a Ferris wheel, not a Ferris wheel, a merry-go-round horse, and just bob up and down.
It absolutely does. 100%. Pulling everything, and you're just holding onto the pole like.
Holding onto the pole oh so tight.
Full mail. Full chainmail.
Also, the wind has his hair like just.
It's full
And his
on
cloak is
fucking
literally
Wizard of
just
Oz
flapping in the
shit.
wind.
He's gonna see this, and she's just gonna close the curtain.
I'm gonna wink before she does it.
Fair enough. The 19, you see that. What you don't hear is. "Ah!"
Jesus. So she looks over at the fucking whatever he is.
Do I see her looking at me? I don't see. Dude.
Nope. She is staring forward.
Okay. Cool.
She's just gonna look in front of her and be like, "Does that surprise you?"
No.
to reevaluate every decision I have made since that night.
Do you?
Yes?
Have I not kept my word to you? I promised that I would be there with you, always, and I have been.
You took the form of my goddess.
I took the form of a being that a soul would expect.
Is she just looks down at the table. The things that I have been feeling for Shane, are they real?
Entirely. I have no effect on one's emotions such as those. At least not directly. Obviously, I can easily piss someone off.
He does just let out a single ha at that.
He reaches up and takes off the helmet. The face is amorphous at first. The eyes remain just these blank, white, almost fiery things. But eventually, it solidifies into a handsome man. Never seen it before. Though the eyes remain the same. I have been there for you and Shane since the both of you have fallen. I tried to be there for others, yet your souls were the only ones that answered. Yours and the rest of the group, obviously. Why I connected to you, I do not know. Why your souls found me, I do not know. I simply saw my chance, and I took it.
Then you understand that I will need to be upset for a while.
I do.
It does not mean that I will not withhold my end of the bargain.
He nods.
But I will need some time.
That I can give. And
But
luckily, you won't need to spend this time alone. He looks over at Shane.
Oh.
before you leave, she looks at him. She doesn't look at him. She just looks straight ahead. She is going to say, I do thank you for saving him before
Goodbye, Jane.
when
Almost done.
when we went up against him. I do thank you for saving him.
For what it's worth, when that happened that night, the night I found you, or you found me, still not sure how it worked, I did try to to save the others.
She just nods her head.
I'll be here when you need me.
He just nods again.
He's gone.
When he disappears, how far is Shane sitting from Avi?
Like a seat and a half, he said.
His width. You could backhand him.
If you yeah.
You would totally expect it.
She's just silently, not looking at him, going to reach out and place her hand on top of his.
He's going to reach his other hand across himself. Put his hand on her wrist. His thumb. Ups underneath. Feel her pulse.
That's not an insult. 2 years. 2 years? Why'd you guys break up?
As the carriage continues to soar through the sky towards Castle Ravenloft, the party thinks about the deals they've made, the things they've gone through, and the people they wish to protect. And that is where we'll end this episode. By the way, enjoy leveling up, everyone.
Wait again.
Yep, I already did.
Technically, you leveled up like as you left there, but it was bad timing. So like, yeah.
So we should be level 9.
If you don't want to,
I already
Draven,
did.
that's fine.
So we're level 9 now, to clarify.
Even leveled up while he was whoosh, whoosh, whoosh behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
we've
"I
been,
feel
we've been
stronger."
leveling up.
If you're not okay with it, Draven, you can stay level 8 if you want to. I'm not saying you have to level up.
I meant again as in level 10.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, were you guys level 9 at the beginning of this episode?
No, we were.
No.
Sure.
I mean, yes, totally, 100%.
Way to stick your foot in your mouth.
Come on, guys. We got like a +4 to charisma. We can sell this one.
You know, the funny thing is, y'all got that benefit, the +4 to charisma. No one asked what the cost was.
Oh, shit. Well, I'll find out later.
Ah, don't worry, I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, the cost that we discussed of the +4 to charisma was never on the offer.
Yeah,
This is
it's
why
true.
I didn't want to deal with this fucker, because that was never on offer. The thing on offer was free me and get left alone.
Yeah.
No, I
That
was
was the
fucking with you.
deal
You're
we
not
made,
you're not
And I
taking the
would
downside.
fucking
The
take
downside
him to
is
pay for it
the
to get over this deal.
I'm not making you take it. I just gave you guys the benefit to give you the benefit. The downside of it is I will not take no for an answer. I kind of wish all of you had that. That would be funny as shit. But no, I'm not going to do
Take
that.
that curse.
Yeah, some of those benefits are good, but others... the benefits are always good, but the cost, shit. Like
I
that
don't know.
one...
Yeah, no, Sun's not getting rid of her teeth. No.
Yeah, you would have had no teeth until you died 3 times, and then the benefit is gone, and then
And then
You
my
get your
teeth
teeth
come back.
Avi,
saw it,
if you were to take the flight, you'd have skeletal wings and a fly speed of 60 feet, but you would have to eat a pound of either grave dirt or bones every day. If you
Can you
fail
make
to
the
do
grave dirt
that,
into a smoothie?
you die.
Yeah, no
Can you
thanks.
make grave dirt smoothie with it?
There's
Yeah,
other
a grave
ones.
dirt smoothie.
Draven, that one, the power over life and death. You could cast resurrection. I think it is.
That's
think,
pretty sweet.
like a couple of times.
For my eyesight.
But your eyes get a sickly yellow color.
Hmm.
Who'd have taken that
um,
deal?
That first one that you had, Samyaza,
Yeah.
what she meant by the cost of the eyes, your eyes would melt out of your face, but you could still see. Um,
No,
I'll take
Sam
the other
uses
one.
her
Probably
pretty
correct.
face to do her assassinations.
right. Um,
That's part
what
of
was
why
some other
she's
good
a
ones?
charisma rogue. Like,
Super
there,
charisma.
there's
rogue.
one that allows a spider climb. However, they grow an extra eye somewhere on their body, and it is blind and ever open.
Ugh.
My character took that one.
You wear an eye patch
Where
on
was your
it.
eye?
Like I think it was on my forearm, if I remember right.
Ugh.
Take, do it. Wrap a bandage around
The Sycan, the Soul Hungerer, power to raise the dead, raise the recently deceased. You can cast Raise Dead as an action 3 times. Your eyes glow a sickly yellow, and you gain the following flaw: if I help someone, I expect something in return. Oh, and the lightning. You can cast Lightning Bolt as an action 3 times. Your face, as soon as a dark gift is received, one side of the beneficiary's face loses all feeling and sags. Cerebral palsy.
That's bells, right? If it's half the face.
The contagion. Yeah, I already said that one. You smell like shit. No, what are some other good ones? Ooh, another one that my character took. You can cast Finger of Death 3 times. When it vanishes, you must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or drop to 0 hit points, and your blood turns pitch black and viscid like tar.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
that
had
sounds-
yellow eyes, tar-like blood, and there was another one.
Ugh.
I forgot
You
what
were
it
a super
did.
weapon.
Ooh, I like this one. You gain true sight at a range of 60 feet that lasts for 30 days, and your eyes become starry voids until the dark gift vanishes. You also gain the following flaw: I believe that all life is pointless, and I look forward to death when it finally comes. You become emo.
Cool.
Just say that's
so
a
it's
flaw.
ready. That one would have been perfect for Sam.
Feel judged. What the fuck?
She already
Oh.
kills people.
Let's see. Good one. I can cast Cone of Cold 7 times. You also get the benefits of a Ring of Warmth, but you also gain the following flaw: fire terrifies me.
Lily can cast Cone of Cold with that. Or no, is it
With staff.
Staff
Yeah.
of Frost?
Several
Yeah.
things with that nice staff.
Couple things, yeah. Claim ceilings. Oh, the other one that Sem had. Upon receiving this gift, beneficiary instantly reincarnates when it dies, as though it was the target of a reincarnate spell. The new body appears within 10 feet of the old one. After it's been used 3 times, the dark gift vanishes. You get your teeth back
You get
after
your
the
teeth
third and
back.
final time.
Get your teeth back. More grave dirt smoothies for
Sorry,
you.
guys. Ooh. As an action, the beneficiary can summon and control 2 hellhounds. Both hounds appear at the same time. The beneficiary can summon hounds only once. The dark gift disappears when they die. The beneficiary gains the ability to speak and understand Infernal, if they don't already know it. Sulphurous smoke issues from the beneficiary's pores whenever he or she speaks Infernal.
That would have been cool to have for Sam.
Yeah.
And the other
Five
two...
and Lily end up in Avernus, and all we do is go, puppy!
Bubby!
But,
So you do that animal handling check at advantage.
Great Tar Hawk the 5-headed destroyer. Gift is
Whoa.
strength. You gain the benefit of the belt of fire giant strength for 10 days. You gain the following flaw. I like to bully others and make them feel weak and inferior.
Oh
Ooh.
no, that could have been really
Ooh.
bad against fucking
Very
Strahd.
Dark.
And the
Trash.
last one, the another one that my character took. Your hit points increase by 30. Lasts for 10 days. An oily black fur cover your face and body.
Well, that's a turnoff.
As a change,
I mean,
as a
It's a wolfman.
changeling. As
I
a
will-
changeling.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm
As a changeling,
halfway to the fur-covered body, but it's not oily. It's very clean. very soft.
as a changeling, if you would have taken that, I would have ruled it. Yeah, you could change your body to look like something different, but as soon as the shifting was done, the fur would come back.
A
However,
new body.
yeah. See, the way it worked with my character, I was using Mask of Many Faces because I was a warlock. And it was an illusion. I didn't change the way it looked or anything. It just seemed like it.
Looked like you did. Right, yep.
Yeah, I only took like 4. I took 4. Wasn't 5. Yeah, my character was...
It's a little OP. It's a little OP. It's alright.
My character had the staff, Lily. Put it that way.
Oh, really? Fair.
4? Jeez.
Yeah.
We got the least shitty
Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching the show and doing things. We actually got quite a few new followers tonight. It was kind of cool.
Cool.
And you know, it was a little fun in chat. But appreciate everybody. Thanks to all the players and all the other cool shit. Anyway, bye.
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 Good night, everybody.